Hello, I'm State Representative Larry Springer from the 45th Legislative District. The 45th District includes parts of Kirkland, Redmond, Sammamish, Woodinville, and the city of Duval. We are now at that point in the legislative session where the House of Representatives has to get out all of our bills and send them over to the Senate. And the Senate has to get out all of their bills and send it over to the House. We call that cutoff for House of Origin. So we'll be on the floor for the next several days. We also just completed what we refer to as fiscal cutoff. That means all of our budget bills have to be out of the Appropriations Committee. That's a 3-day grueling event. It's about 14 to 15 hours a day for 3 or 4 days straight, but we finally got it done. That's important because at the end of this week, we should get our updated revenue forecast to let our budget writers know what kind of revenue we can expect as they write the next budget. One of the proposals I'm sure you've heard about is a proposed income tax on incomes over $1 million. That's a pretty controversial issue, as you might imagine. I mentioned it last week. I personally think that's something that should be considered, but it should be considered only in the context of lowering the regressive taxes like sales tax and the business and occupations tax. So we'll see how that argument plays out. One last thing I'll mention. I am working on what's called a water adjudication bill. That's kind of a fancy word for determining who owns how much water. And this particular area is in the northern Columbia River Basin, Lake Roosevelt area. And we're trying to figure out who between the Confederated Tribes of the Colville, who have a water right by treaty, and the federal government, who has the Columbia Reclamation Project, which provides irrigation water for Central Washington. Those two entities have to agree as to what their water allocations are. That's critically important for agriculture, and it's critically important for the Colvilles who depend on that water supply for irrigation and wildfire suppression. So with that, I will end today, do my little spin here that says I've talked long enough. If there are questions or concerns you have, please let me know, and we'll be back in touch with another video in the next, probably the next week or so. Thanks a lot for watching.